Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3, Episode 1 and 2 review. It remains as fun as ever, but I'm worried its cast has grown too big. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has always had a magical quality that separates it from its Star Trek siblings. Unlike the more serialized storytelling of Discovery or the heavy-handed drama of Picard, SNW thrives on episodic adventures, optimistic exploration, and a palpable sense of joy. After 2 seasons of near-flawless execution, the first 2 episodes of Season 3 make it clear that the show hasn't lost that spark. However, with a growing roster of characters, I can't help but feel the narrative might be starting to spread itself too thin. Episode 1, titled Shadow of the Past, kicks off the season with a classic Star Trek premise. A mysterious anomaly threatens a planet, and Captain Pike leads his crew to investigate. The episode delivers everything fans love: tight pacing, moral dilemmas, and a nostalgic sense of wonder. Anson Mount continues to anchor the show as Pike, balancing his innate charisma with the simmering tension of command. His performance in the opening scene, where he debates the ethics of interfering with a developing civilization, immediately reminded me why he's such a compelling captain. He's bold but thoughtful, adventurous but not reckless. The strength of these episodes lies in their ability to highlight individual characters without losing sight of the ensemble. Ethan Peck's Spock shines in Episode 2, Echoes of Tomorrow, which dives into Vulcan mysticism and the tension between logic and emotion. Peck brings a quiet intensity to the role, capturing the inner struggle of a Vulcan trying to reconcile personal loyalty with professional duty. Episodes like this are why SNW succeeds. It respects its characters, allowing them to breathe and grow without forcing every plot point into a larger, universe-altering storyline. That said, here's where my worry begins. Season 3 introduces several new recurring characters, from Starfleet officers to enigmatic aliens, expanding the universe in ways that are exciting but also challenging. While the addition of new faces creates opportunities for fresh storylines, it also risks diluting screen time for the core crew. Already, Episodes 1 and 2 spend significant chunks establishing these newcomers, which occasionally slows the pacing and fragments the emotional payoff of scenes with familiar characters. I couldn't shake the feeling that the show is at a crossroads. How many characters can it juggle before the focus on Pike, Spock, and Uhura starts to waver? One of the highlights of Episode 2 is a sequence featuring Commander Una Chin Riley Rebecca Ramin and Lieutenant Ortega Celeste O'Connor confronting a diplomatic crisis. Their dynamic has become one of the show's strongest relationships, and seeing them interact outside the usual bridge scenarios is a treat. But the more the series emphasizes these secondary arcs, the more it risks overshadowing the main crew. It's a delicate balancing act. SNW has always excelled at character interplay, but now the ensemble is larger than ever, and some storylines feel slightly rushed as a result. Visually, the season continues to impress. The first 2 episodes boast gorgeous cinematography, reminiscent of classic Trek while still embracing modern sensibilities. The alien worlds are breathtaking, with vibrant landscapes and imaginative alien cultures. The costume design, particularly for the new Starfleet recruits and alien dignitaries, is intricate without feeling overdone. Every frame is purposeful, echoing the show's broader ethos. Star Trek is as much about wonder and discovery as it is about narrative conflict. Humor remains a surprisingly strong suit. Pike's dry wit, Spock's understated sarcasm, and Nurse Chapel's subtle quips provide levity without undercutting the tension of the story. These small moments of joy are what make SNW different from other modern sci-fi shows, which often lean too heavily on grim, high-stakes drama. Here, even when characters face life and death situations, the dialogue retains a spark of humanity and camaraderie that makes the crew feel real and relatable. However, the narrative risks of the expanded cast aren't limited to pacing alone. They also extend to thematic coherence. SNW has always thrived on tightly themed episodes, where every subplot reinforces the central moral or philosophical question. Introducing too many characters could fracture this coherence. For example, Episode 2 juggles a diplomatic conflict, a Vulcan introspection arc, and a mysterious alien subplot. While each element is intriguing, the episode sometimes feels like it's juggling too many balls at once, and the emotional resonance of individual story beats is slightly muted as a result. Despite these concerns, there's no denying that Strange New Worlds continues to be a delight. The first 2 episodes of Season 3 are fun, intelligent, and visually spectacular. The writing remains sharp, the performances are top-notch, and the show retains the optimism and spirit of adventure that defines the best of Star Trek. Yet, The seasons.